Be sure to subscribe for your chance to win a custom leather playmat when we hit 2,500 subscribers. Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. We're playing live over Discord, and you can actually join in the fun. There's links in the description to show you how to do that. And just right off the bat, something super exciting. We have a patron of the show here, Fee, who has helped out tremendously with additional prize support. We always give away 100% of our entry fees, plus a ton of door prizes. He has actually donated a VIP booster. He actually donated 2 VIP boosters. One we gave out this Wednesday. The next one's going away this upcoming Wednesday, the 23rd. So that is something that you could actually win. It's a random door prize at the end of the event. And just super generous, absolutely amazing. And we had a record-breaking attendance this past Wednesday. The most we'd ever have in the event is like 14. We had 18, and of course, that's a big part of it. And we have a Cabal Therapy from Jovan. Rift Bolt has been played from Ben. Ooh, and hitting double Lightning Bolt. That's a big pull. There's Eidolon of the Great Revels and Price of Progress in hand, along with another Rift Bolt. This is going to be a long way around for Burn. That was a super good Cabal Therapy. Hitting 2 points, 2 cards, 6 total damage. I mean, that is rough. Now we've got a Fire Blast actually discarding 2 cards. Jovan shocking himself just to get... Oh no, just 1 card. Alright, he's just Fire Blasting a Golgari Thug. And now drawing it for turn. The Dredge getting 4 cards in, and it looks like another Thug. So this slow Dredge plan may be good enough. A Cephalid Coliseum. Oh yeah, this is really looking up for Jovan. Difficult to imagine what Ben can be drawing here. Game 1. This graveyard just going to be a unchecked resource. Oh, that's super graphic. We've got a breakthrough. Draw 4, then discard your hand. That is going to be, fortunately for Ben, just 1 Dredge there. That could have been so much worse with even average luck. Not hitting another Dredger off of that was pretty rough. But there's 2 Dredgers in the graveyard, so Cephalid Coliseum is going to be able to do a lot of work here. And Jovan actually opting to draw for turn. I think I probably would have used the Coliseum during the draw step. Both lands going away. Gemstone Mine because it has no counters. Cephalid Coliseum to use its activated ability. Target player draws 3 and then discards 3. And Jovan just dumping his deck into his graveyard. Completely hellbent. Hitting a couple of Narcomoebas. And this Eidolon of the Great Revels will likely get in a little bit of damage. I don't know if there's a Cabal Therapy in there. It is actually a little difficult to play against Dredge in this format. You do definitely need to keep the communication very clear. You do need to keep the graveyard in the same order. One continuous pile. It's not the easiest thing to keep track of in tournament play. Current iterations of Dredge don't really care about the graveyard order. But tournament rules do actually keep you, or require you to keep it in one continuous pile. It would be way easier if you could like take your Bridge from Belows, put them all in one place, kind of sort your graveyard, so to speak, to keep things straight. But It's not to be for now, given that Legacy does have cards that do care about graveyard order. And your opponent might even play one. They're not good ones, and they're not printing them anymore, but Phyrexian Furnace, I believe it's called, removes like the top card or bottom card of your opponent's library. Yeah, Pair Eidolon of the Great Revels. It's going to make Cabal Therapies more expensive in terms of life, but Prized Amalgams now coming in. And Hagak coming in. And that guy is just enormous. We've got zombies, Narcomoebas, 8/8 Tramplers, and that is plenty for Ben. That Cabal Therapy really set the tone of that game. Burn is, in a lot of ways, kind of a combo deck. It doesn't feel like a combo deck because the lines, they're linear. You're throwing damage at their face. There's not too much that you can be doing. It's not like you're playing brainstorms and figuring out what to put back, what to shuffle away, what to keep on the top of the deck to protect from discard. Your lines are pretty much just throw burn at their face till they're dead. And that can be a lot of fun. It can also be very good depending on the meta. Here we're actually in the finals of this event, and you're kind of just assembling 20 points of damage. So you look at your hand, does this have a chance of doing like 20 damage by turn 3, maybe turn 4? If not, it's probably not a very good hand, probably has to go back. But again, it's not the type of deck that mulligans super well, so Burn's not going to do well mulling down to 5. It's just doesn't have the goods in terms of doing the damage. You're not going to be excited to draw a hand of 3 Lava Spikes and 2 Mountains. That's just going to fizzle. You're going to be totally at the mercy of the top of the deck. So Burn mulligans cautiously, and just we'll see the race play out here. That's really what it's all about. Can Burn outrace Dredge? And then the other side of that now is games 2 and 3. Do they have the sideboard hate to contain Dredge? Because there's a lot of different ways to run races. You can just be straight up faster than your opponent, or when you're both running full speed, you give your opponent a little nudge. They possibly fall off, you know what I mean? Go off the tracks. And then there's, control decks that instead of giving your opponent a little shove and continuing to run, you just tackle your opponent and then eventually get up off the ground and just limp over the finish line. A little bit more difficult to do that with Dredge. Dredge tends to find answers when you just completely stop your game plan. You want to set some type of clock against it if possible. But I've seen plenty of games where people keep hands that are just graveyard hate, where they do manage to get there. A ley line and a Grafdigger's Cage, holding on to a surgical, just like completely overkill. Ooh, and that's a pretty brutal hate card there. So the ley line on Yovan's side of the board, with Leyline of Sanctity, Yovan not being able to be targeted is going to stop a lot of this burn. Price of Progress still going to be a card to worry about, but that is actually a big deal. And we'll see how it lines up with Ben's hand. It's possible he'll just have a bunch of creatures. Lava Spike. Ben Lava Spiking himself and then swinging for 4. I've seen this line before. Last time I played Modern, I actually had Monastery Swift Spears that I had to target myself with all of my burn. Actually got there as well against of course it was against a Leyline of Sanctity. Dredge though, continuing to roll, finding a Narcomoeba. Two Narcomoebas. And burn can potentially just kill their own creatures to get rid of the bridges. This has turned into like a weird control matchup where Ben is going to have a tough time just racing. And that train wreck of a race analogy kind of lining up with this game. These burn spells not... I mean, the hand without the ley line, I think this would have been a pretty fast kill. As it is, the burn spell's not really able to be used ideally. Another Narcomoeba. Yeah, Leyline of Sanctity. Pretty brutal sideboard card versus burn. Also gives you some protection against storm. A lot of the time the Tendrils of Agony is the card you're actually worried about. The Empty the Warrens you can potentially still get there through, depending on what your Dread return targets are. And definitely easier to get through that in Vintage, where Elish Norn is a auto include. And burn doesn't usually have any way of dealing with a leyline either. I mean, that is quite a card. We've got a Fire Blast taking out Monastery Swift Spear. Then getting rid of the bridges. A Lava Spike shown in hand. Rift Bolt takes out a Narcomoeba. Monastery Swift Spear, a 2/2. Oh, cool. Mountain. And Bennett looks like he's considering Lava Spiking himself. Cannot afford that. Icarid's coming back. And this is a lot of damage here. Golgari Grave Troll. And Hagak being convoked and delved is... I understand why he was such an issue in Modern, but he is just another legacy card. I mean, he's super powerful, but he really is just another legacy card. We've got Wooded Foothills getting Ben back up to Price of Progress range, but yeah, only one non-basic over there for Yovan. And dredging down No cards left in the library. Sending with the whole team. And that is going to do it. So Dredge taking out Burn there. Leyline of Sanctity. Not the Leyline you would expect to be the pivotal one in that match. Usually Leyline of the Void. A card that shows up versus Dredge and causes all sorts of havoc. Instead, not being able to target your opponent with Lightning Bolt is going to make it a tough time to burn him out. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.